The Northwest Province has been in the news for all the wrong reasons of late. Pressure is mounting on its premier, Re Supra Mahumapelo, to resign amidst allegations of corruption. This week's Cutting Edge delves into the conditions that led to the violent protests in the Northwest Province recently, bringing healthcare services to a grinding halt. The police had their hands full with running battles against protesters. Rubber bullets rang, and buses and other property was torched. The damage is estimated to have run into millions. Patients have been left unattended, some denied access to medication to treat even the most chronic of illnesses, such as HIV, as well as tuberculosis. This is not of their own doing. They are collateral in an intense standoff between Nahau and the Department of Health in the Northwest Province. Government morgues have been brought to their knees, traumatizing scores of families across the province.
I have no choice because while the other family lene e batla ngwana wa bona. Since you go hospital ga ile ke na le go tetesela ya me. And then ke sa tetesela go tetesela.
Maybe it happens that we have to deliver the baby in this state of ambulance. A new baby coming to the world, to this earth, in this condition. It's inhuman.
ANC must recall its deployees in the name of the Premier Comrade Supra Mahumapelo.
The Northwest Province has returned to relative calm after a few weeks of violent protests. Residents here want their Premier Supra Mahumapelo to step down. They cite amongst their reasons a collapse in the provincial healthcare system. We spoke to users of the Job Shimanke Hospital in Rustenburg. Oratile Moetapele uses the maternity services at the hospital.
Since on the 5th, kilo go spetlele, ka tshula ngwana ka di 10 tsa April at night. From the 5th to the 10th, ke ntse ngwana ntse le mo maleng a tlhokafetse. Mara ba sa buisepe ba ntara ha ke high risk. Batho ba tsentse ba theater ke di high risk ke batho ba tsentse ba pepe ka pele ka ba botsa gore ngwana ha senyege mo maleng na they admit gore ngwana wa senyege but ba re ha senyege le monno senyegala mo placenteng.
Believe it or not, things were about to get worse for Uratile at the Job Simankane Hospital.
On Sunday before Tuesday over the 10 ba re ke tsentse ke theater ka seji that time ha tsena doctor ompolela gore di beta ha di yo go ward 6 ha ke marare ha gona gore a ka nketsa operation ka boela mo beteng tse ke le mo yona ara go kgone re tsentse ke go ward 6 gape ane ne selantla ke bukile gape le before ba re bolela gore di sheet tsa go theater di go di mo starchy, which is something that is concerning le nna ga se problem ka so gore di sheet di mo starchy. What about the help it's in Tikire?
Uratile alleges that the hospital made an administrative error that began a series of grave errors.
On the 10th, luckily, I got lucky ya ka ba bang ka theater wa ntshiwa ngwana a se ne ba ntsha ngwana ka ya go ward 6. Ha ke tsana go ward 6 then ban treater ka tswa discharge on the 13th. Ha ke tswa discharge ban phila fela ka sentse fela ka ilo lata ditlhare go pharmacy kaya go mortuary hospital. Ha ke tsana go mortuary hospital I had to pay 422 for gore ngwana a ntshiwe ana ha a tswa o tswa gape ka funeral phala ka bitsa funeral phala ne ke berekisa ba tla tsa ngwana ha ke tsana go funeral phaleng ba mpolela gore ngwana o ha se ngwana o ka reng o ka mo apesa like o a mulo ka mo apesitse ka ba botsa why ba mpolela gore ngwana le o blood o metsi ka mogare o tsentse mo into a plastic bag. So it rings my mind for a while gore how can ngwana a nne bloody ke mo pepile ka di 10 di fresh tsa go tsa mortuary a di bereke or something else ko moshari ke bone ngwana kwa dile baby to Moratile, which is my name ka se ka ganetsa sepe. Ka tsama ka ngwana ka mo isa funeral parlor ha ke tsena go funeral parlor ba mpolela story sa gore ngwana o blood. Ka tsama I bury ngwana that day at night.
Not long after burying her daughter, Oratile receives a shocking phone call.
On Monday, the 16th, go hospital bamfunela. Abamfunela bampotsa gore ke nna Oratile Matapele ka re yes, bampotsa gore ke nna kae ka ba fa address gore ke nna kae, ke nna ko Luka. Ebe sister la ba drop a phone. Unknowingly, mosadi wa the other family o ke ba boloketse ngwana o ro. Ba mfunela bampolela gore re na le bothata ka mmotsa gore bothata ba eng. Antare he se se ha go bolele nnete gore go etsagalang ka mmotsa gore go etsagalang ka tlhalosetse are o bolokile ngwana wa rona ka re ke bolokile ngwana lona yang are o tsere ngwana rona ko moshari. So ka simola ke thoma ke nna confused, then ka founela sister o lona mfonetse gape ka mmotsa ka re sister gon o no mfonetse no o reng gona no bothata are no ha gona bothata ne ke checka something mo filing yaka ana antse itse gore she's lying ha tshware le file ka le mo letsogong.
Not only did Brenda and David Khadi suffer the loss of their son, they were also on the receiving end of maladministration of the department.
Ya tla ka go tsa moshari ke tla ka moshari ke ba re ke kopa go bona ngwana ba tsena ka fogare ba re ba sheba ngwana ba fitlhela re ngwana hae bantha ba re na re ngwana ile gore o kutse ka mang ya ba bolela gore ngwana ke re tshwantsa kwa le ka lina la mme ke a tswa bantha re ke go tsa mme ko tung ke go tsa mme ko tung ra ko moshari ha re tsena ko teng ba ita ba mmotsa gore na re kutse ngwana ka mang a re ngwana tlamela kwa le ka lina la gagwe le sefane sa gagwe ba tsena gape ba gana ke tsena le bone ka fo moshari ba tsena bone ka fale ba ita ba lebella ba tswa ba rra ba re ngwana hae.
The hospital called both families to a meeting to plot a way out of the mess they had created.
Har tsena ka bita ba fatse le rona ba rra ba re bolella ka mokgo ba shotang ka dipete ka teng ba sokolang ka teng dipete le tsotlhe di romela batho ba ba lwalang go bone di tswe batho ba senang di malao e tsa go tshwana le tse ba rra ba re dire di tsa gore ngwana o a ye go epolwa re kgone go fitlha bana sentle mo di tsa teng re kwale gore nna mo ya ka ke ba re ke re sepetlele se ntiretse phoso ka go fa motho mo ngwana ke so nna ke kopa re ngwana ye go epolwa ke fitlhe ngwana ke fela ya so rona re tla tsua sepetlele le ra sua mora gore se tsere feditse ka bana.
However, Oratile doesn't trust the Department of Health in the Northwest any longer.
Nna ke batla gore ba mprovela ka di DNA test gore ngwana lo o ko moshari ke ngwana ke bana ba ba kae ba ke itseng gore ba ko moshari wa sepetlele ba ba exchanging every day ba ntse ba re wena ke ngwana go ke wena ngwana go ke.
After the break, we shift our focus to patient transport in the Northwest.
This is your midday report. Good afternoon.
I will be faithful.
I assume as President of the Republic of Kenya.
Let's take a look at how African markets and currencies are performing now.
The central bankers say the success of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is just a bubble.
Breaking stories, detailed economy and sport. Tune into Midday Report every Monday to Friday from 12 p.m.
Despite spotting a sleek modern-day finish, the headquarters of the Department of Health here in Mahikeng are in ruins. The offices resemble a ghost town. Administrative staff here has withdrawn their labor in protest against the department. This has left patients in various hospitals across the province to see for themselves. Staff accused the department of intentionally allowing their fleet of ambulances to fall into a state of disrepair as to create a need for the outsourcing of ambulances from private companies.
Like look at here we've got like this is a spine board. When you're involved in an accident, you're supposed to put in this thing.
Okay.
You can see how it's not complete. It's not complete. You're supposed to be having like the traction splint and something like if your leg is broken, you need to stabilize with the traction splint. It's not there. First and foremost, like there are no linen. See, you cannot sleep in this bed like this. There must be sheets. You must sleep in a clean sheet, but there are no sheets, there are no nothing. Secondly, in terms of other equipment, they've got diagnostic machines that you must use in an ambulance, like your BP monitor. You have to take your BP. Our members are going to have such.
Okay.
AGT machines, where you need to check the blood sugar of the patient. If, for example, the patient is in a diabetic coma, you have to see whether the blood sugar is low or is it high.
Okay.
That will determine how you treat the patient. You don't have such. Some members, those we have, most of them they buy from their own pockets. You understand? Even maintenance of such equipment is them that they buy the batteries and service those machines.
Speaking to us on condition of anonymity, medics in the province's capital say their ambulances aren't even cleaned properly.
In terms of cleaning the ambulance, it is also procedure that when you come in the morning, the beginning of the shift, you need to clean the ambulance thoroughly. But then there's a problem because we don't have a washing day, a proper one to clean these ambulances. Cleanliness in these ambulances is very much vital. You must understand that we transport different patients, different diseases, especially like TB. TB is the most common communicable disease now. Then if, for an example, we transport a patient with MDR, multi-drug resistant TB, that is one difficult TB. Then after you transport the patient, you must come and clean the ambulance. You must wait for it for 1 hour, then clean the ambulance and fumigate it. That is procedure. It is in the police how we must fumigate the ambulance. Unfortunately, here there's no such. You're just going to clean it with water and maybe with a broom, then from there you go take the next patient. That's how detriment is. The thing is detriment to the members of the community, even us as medics.
According to this particular departmental employee, the ambulances are ill-equipped to save your life.
When you encounter the patient, you must check the patient's blood pressure, you must check the blood sugar. Those two basic things, they will determine how we are going to treat the patient. If you don't have such information, definitely are going to mistreat the patient, or you are not going to treat the patient at all. Understand? You've got what you call an ECG machine. It is well known that many deaths are due to heart attacks. So now, with that machine, with an ECG machine, if you find that maybe the patient, you need to shock the patient. Say for an example, if the patient has got ventricular fibrillation, the heart is fibrillating, we have to shock the patient with hope that the heart electrical system will restart and go accordingly. So now, in this case, we don't have such. Understand? Even basic things like a suction unit, whereby if like maybe there's a trauma patient, maybe it's got blood or vomitus in the mouth, you need to suction that patient for clearer airway. You understand? So it's difficult to manage patients without those machines. You can see these oxygen cylinders, they are not meant for ambulance. They are a hazard. These things are very heavy. If you have to go inside the house to give the patient oxygen, you have to leave this thing. It's a hazard by itself. There are cylinders that are used and meant for an ambulance, not these ones. What is important, the machinery and equipment that will enhance to enable us to save lives. You understand? So basically, this is just like a taxi. You understand? You just take the patient from home to the hospital. You understand? And the very same problem is the same problems that the very same contractors, hospitals, they have. They don't even have equipment. They don't have such things.
Ambulances here may actually not even get you to a medical facility.
They must have accessories like the jack, the wheel spanner, and the spare wheel. Obviously, for obvious reasons. If you drive about 80 kilometers to a call, then you get a punch. You have a patient at the back of the ambulance, then you have to wait for someone who's going to drive another 80 kilometers to come and assist you. If you have those things, if you have this spare wheel, even the members of the community can help you. Understand? So,
where are those things?
Those things, they came with the ambulances. When they were new, now the transport officers, they took those things, put them in the store. They say, given the reason that their people are still in there, these vehicles, they don't have any siren. They were removed, I don't know by whose instruction. Then as a result, it's difficult for us when we respond to the accident. It means that you are going to travel at the normal speed, just like any other car. So, and it puts the life of the public in danger.
Using my cell phone, I snuck into the government morgue at Bupilong Provincial Hospital. Dead human bodies are kept here in what should be below zero temperatures for their preservation. Upon our arrival here, it is clear that most of the fridges are not cold enough and bodies could be decaying right here. A deadly health hazard.
The ratings, they must be on a negative temperature. So now you saw it means the temperature of this, it's not correct.
So what's
not cold enough? Not cold enough. All of them, they must be on a negative side.
So in Jamaba Kogu negative, what's actually happening to the bodies that are here?
They are not getting the coldness that they deserve to preserve.
Could it be that the bodies in there right now? The strike, downing of tools, or withdrawal of labor by healthcare professionals has left damage in its trail. Centers for medical care have been closed, patients have been left deserted with nowhere to turn to for help, while others have taken matters into their own hands and discharged themselves. While the dead just lay there, dead.
I want the public to know that the quality of service that we've been running to them, it's not of good quality. So it is for them that we say the department must give us proper equipment. We must be properly resourced so that we can help them according to the best of our ability. You understand? I can give you a typical example. Our members have been using their cell phones in terms of communication. It is the department's responsibility to see to it that there's communication, how the calls are dispatched and received. But since there's no such system in the government, our members, because of their dedication, they're using their cell phones, their personal cell phones. Like I've been saying, our members have been using their money to buy BP machines and everything, and also maintaining them by buying batteries almost every month for that. So it can't be fair that we say they are selfish. You understand? They did their part in terms of the morals. They did their part. It's also fair that also the department must come to party so that the community must be held to the best of the ability of the department.
Robots, automation, and artificial intelligence are becoming an increasingly important part of our lives.
We love the term disruptive technologies.
Parents and caregivers are taking part in Facebook.
On Network, we give you Africa's technology and social media news.
My favorite piece of technology is the microwave.
The reason why I can't live without my cell phone is because I do everything on my cell phone.
For all your technology news, catch Network with Spumelele Zondi on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m.
The Western Cape needs national government to fulfill its mandate on ensuring the bulk water supply.
We must ensure that the city of Cape Town never confronts this particular situation again.
The ESCOM is serious about stamping out corruption, which is why the market is now beginning to accommodate us.
Looking at neighboring countries, expecting Botswana just to see partly cloudy skies with a half 34 in Gaborone.
News today at 3 p.m. from Monday to Friday on SABC News.
Workers affiliated to National Health Workers Union NEHAU in Bokoni Bophirima have spent the better part of 2018 in the streets taking on the Provincial Department of Health. They have numerous scores to settle with the department.
For instance, if you go to a Mafike medical depot, we have a question that relates to translation. That matter was raised with the department since 2014. And there was an undertaking by the department that that matter will be resolved soon. It's 4 years down the line, nothing has happened. We have this particular matter that is happening of where our province is being captured, particularly in relation to questions of corruption. You go to the Department of Health, for instance, there are ambulances that are purchased and packed somewhere, and instead they are using private services at a huge cost. So we can't say we can't say all is well and done when such things are happening.
The prolonged strike has inevitably affected users of the public health facilities negatively, resulting in sectors of the public accusing the union of being careless towards the people of the Northwest.
We do not wake up as if it's a Christmas and say we are going to engage on a strike. If, for instance, the matter has been prolonged for 4 years, so you're saying those people must continue to suffer as if they are not part of the community.
It is also no secret that NEHAU wants to see a particular change in the government of the Northwest.
The ANC must do the honorable thing. The ANC must recall its deployees in the name of the Premier Comrade Supra Mahumapelo.
Soon after this, in April, it was announced that the Department of Health in the province would be put under administration.
The problem in health are not health. They are mostly finance, which in Northwest is not controlled in the Department of Health anymore. It's controlled by Treasury and in the Premier's office. The problem of health are human resources. The problem of health are procurement, as you learned about issues of Mediosa. And the last is maintenance of equipment and infrastructure, which is also part of procurement. It's not your everyday basic health issues. It's these four. It's HR, it's finance, it's procurement, it's maintenance of infrastructure and equipment, which are all purely provincial functions. And when you put them under Section 100, we now take authority over all those functions to try and see if we can normalize issues.
It's overpacked. That's better. So overpacked. But what am and medical negligence. But focus on most certain things. Rona, Havana civil rona. And while on to hospital, Nesot about answer frustrations that more.
The minister shared much needed wisdom on the situation on the ground.
So I was telling Labour that they need to understand that the victims here are ordinary patients who are members of society, who need services, and so they must be aware of that.
There is uncertainty over the future of the head of government in the Northwest. His own party, the ANC, wants him to resign. At the time of finalizing this episode, Mahumapelo was still the Premier of the Northwest. He remains resolute instead claiming an assassination plot is afoot to get rid of him.